Okay, welcome to the Crow Discovery Project. I wanted to do a quick logic exercise on the tail of the clip I put up yesterday because it's quite controversial. So here we go with that. Okay, before we jump into the shadow ship, which is an interesting one to be sure, let's do a logical problem with the moon. This is the video that I shot. The shadow ship will come across this way, but do you see this little tiny crater right here? I believe it's called Menelaus or something like that, but let's jump over to Google Moon. So here is that same crater. Let's zoom in on it. Yeah, Menelaus, I guess. So here's that crater. I'm looking at this crater from almost 250,000 miles away, and I've got the map set to miles. Let's measure how wide this crater is, roughly. 15 miles. All right, so this little crater in my video right there is, we are told it is 15 miles across. I am looking at nearly an object, we are told, nearly 250,000 miles away. To put that into context, if this moon was full right now, it would be roughly 2,600 to 3,000 miles wide, in that neighborhood. If I pointed my scope sitting in San Diego and I was able to get high enough, at New York, which is roughly 3,000 miles away, could I see an object like this that is 14, 15 miles wide? I think not. Anyhow, let's move on. Okay, and just to be sure we're being fair, I jumped over to Wiki. As you can see, their distance is 27 kilometers, and so we need to convert this into miles to be sure I was right, and lo and behold, 16.777. 1 and 6 is 7. That's a whole heck of a lot of sevens. The show never ends around here. Anyhow, let's take a look. And is this one of the shadow ships that we see described in the Russian literature? I don't know, but here it comes in at the upper right. And there he goes. Very interesting little object here, and we'll break him out a few ways. Here he is with some contrast and brightening and half speed. This is really one of the classical examples of this kind of shadowy looking object. And here he comes blowing up to 400% at 50% speed. And I will run a couple filters on the same object at the same settings. There he is in inverted color channels with dynamic brightness changes to try to make him visible for the whole run. In the Russian literature, there's talk of these kind of shadow ships that are associated with the system of the moon. So I find these things very interesting, and I have always wondered why they appear to have speed blur, and maybe it's just that they're see-through like this. There's the last view that we will have of this. Join me on the Examiner. I hope to get an article out tomorrow. I've just been very busy with all this moon work that I've been doing and shooting and editing, and yeah, dealing with just endless comments. So the description is down in, or the link is down in the description of this video. Please come join me on the Examiner, and you'll get email alerts when I post new articles. So there it is, and cheers.